Hi. I've not really put many videos out lately. The last video I put out was Manhunter. Let me get the brilliant poster that I made. This is not going anywhere now. This thing is amazing. Look at that. That is so. What amazes me about these old games is that the box art is so good, and the game is absolutely drivel sometimes. I've got so many great examples of that. I think my brother bought a game the other day. I think it was Golden Axe or something. I was looking at the box art on it thinking, this just the amount of effort that's gone into this box art is incredible. Look at that. Look at that one there. Look at that. How cool is that? What does the game look like? Absolute rubbish. But what's not absolute rubbish, it probably is, but what is not absolute rubbish is this t-shirt, which is Escape from New York. Do you like that? Yep. Great t-shirt. But what else is not rubbish is Paradise Falls by me. It's nowhere near finished still, but one of the reasons I've not put any videos out lately is because I've been just trying to work on it and trying to get through some of it. I find that because I'm doing YouTube videos, and that takes a long time, and work and just other hobbies and stuff, I've got way too many hobbies. I just needed to put some time into actually making this game. I've put in the title of this that it's become a military shooter, and it's kind of a bit tongue-in-cheek really, because what I've been doing is I play other games, and sometimes play games that I know will influence how I think about my game that I'm making, and one of them is Spec Ops: The Line, which I played a long time ago. And while it looks like a grey, dusty military shooter, it actually is a game that is really, really good in terms of the way it makes the player think about their player agency and the decisions that they're making. It gives you choices, sometimes binary choices, and makes you commit awful atrocities. But it starts out as you wanting to be this gung-ho macho military guy, and it ends with you starting to really question why I'm playing this game and who is this character that I'm playing as, and then are they really the good guys? So I like that, and I like the idea of implementing that in my game as well. So it's not really going to become a military shooter, but it is going to take some ideas from Spec Ops: The Line. If you've not played it, I really highly recommend you do. It's got stuff like the loading screens as well. The loading screens, which I'm going to put loading screens in my game. It doesn't need loading screens, but I like the idea of, first of all, being able to give tips in loading screens, so taking it away from doing it in-game and just putting these little tips on how to play the game, because I've got some strange concepts on how the game works, and explaining those in the loading screens actually makes sense. But also then in Spec Ops: The Line, the loading screens become a bit more judgmental towards the end of the game, and that's an idea I really liked, and I'm kind of going to steal that a little bit. The other thing I wanted to talk about was I've been wrestling with the idea of programming and whether I want to become a better programmer. Yes, I do want to become a better programmer, but as with anything in life, if it's not your full-time job, going away and actually learning these things is quite time-consuming. I did start a little online course, and I got quite far with it, and I was understanding what I was doing so far. But I think it's something I want to do. I want to finish this game. I know I lean on the engine a lot, and I know my code is very unreadable to anyone else. But as long as I can keep getting things working for now, I'll carry on that way. And I think after this, I'm going to go away and try and become a slightly better programmer if I did another project. So that's where I'm at with that. I feel like my strength comes from, if I've got a strength, it's the ideas that I come up with as opposed to the programming. And as long as I can get stuff on the screen that I want, and at the moment I can, then I'm going to carry on in that way. I apologise to all the programmers out there who think that that's a terrible idea, but that's where I'm at. I also don't think I'm particularly efficient at making video games, because I'd imagine if you're working in a big company, this would all be planned out ahead of time, and everyone would have their role, and there would be changes, but the amount of changes that I make just on a whim. I've got a plan, so I've got a timeline of where the game goes, but I will play the game through and then decide that I want to change practically everything and then redo loads of it. I can't imagine that's a very good idea in terms of trying to meet deadlines, but I've not got a deadline. I'm just doing it however I want to do it, so that's fine. The other thing is, I could redo a whole segment, or I could sit down and have a whole segment planned in my head, even have it written down, and then start drawing some sprites, and then suddenly it's something different, because maybe I couldn't draw what I was trying to start off drawing, and I've drawn something else instead. So that's where ideas come from. And I think for me, because it is a hobby to make this adventure game, I think that actually works in terms of keeping me motivated and stopping me from not wanting to do it again, because I can sit down and just let whatever is in my head come out and then see that on the screen, and that I enjoy that. So that's where I'm up to with Paradise Falls. Hopefully, as I've been talking, you've seen some of the screenshots and where we're up to with the game. I'm really enjoying making it, and if I've not made enough YouTube videos at the moment, that's the reason, because I just want to make some real headway on that. So there we go. Thanks for watching. I will see you later.